the words of Solo, good evening. How are we, everybody? Yabba, how you doing, man?
Yeah, very good, thank you. I'm glad to be back on the show. Back on the show. I was on yesterday, but yeah, it's good to be on with the three amigos, with Rio, with Mr. B, and big up to Rebel and Colin and everyone else associated with the Man United agenda. We're getting closer and closer to Everton, and that's why I've got this great background today, because that's our arch enemy back in 1985, Everton, who were the best team in the land back then, and we're playing them again this Monday.
Rio, how you doing, sir?
Evening. Good to be back. Obviously, I was last on Monday, so my 2 days off period. Recharging the batteries, ready for club football is back. Wow, no, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Two more sleeps for club football, Premier League football. But yeah, we've got the dreaded Monday night game. But yeah, all good in the hood.
I'm actually looking forward to ours being the last game. The last game, watching everybody else do their shit, and then us, we just chill out on the Monday. I mean, look, we might be cussing come Monday after during the watch along, but we'll see in it. Let's have a look and see who we've got in the house. We deserve better. No Coliseum tonight. No, the Coliseum would normally be on a Wednesday, to be fair, but Rebel's actually sick at the moment, and that's his baby, so we're going to let him run with that. When he's back, he'll be all right.
That's the real battle. That's the real battle that's going on right now in the arena between his nose and his throat and thing. They're having a real battle with Rebel right now, and the cold is winning.
Andrew, goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Hope you find your... What is this?
He's on about Casemiro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, look, Andrew, it is what it is, bruv. It's international break, man. There is not much we can do. We either come on and talk fart or don't come on. So we'd rather come on and talk fart. Sub vids. Hey up. Yeah, we got Everton on Monday. Last game. Let's have a look. There you go. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Two gods. Oh yeah,
I've been left out. I've been left out there.
Yeah,
clearly.
You know what? You haven't reached that status yet, bro. Don't worry, man. You get there. Don't worry. We deserve better. It's giving everybody the big up. He's including you, man. Here we go. Love the background with Paul McGrath and Brian Robson.
I knew that.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. No, I didn't, but I will check it. Subvids. Where did you send it to? Did you send it to the Gmail one? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. No, you didn't. Right. So the email address is the Man United Agenda at googlemail.com. So subvids, if you are there again, it's the Man United Agenda at googlemail.com. Simon, big up. What is have they started? Has it started going funny again? The YouTube.
No, not today.
Yeah, no, man. Look, oh, maybe not.
No, it's good. Keep rolling. We're good.
All right, good. No problem. Look, we've got a few things.
Door on tour, mate, not the Forest band. Big
Brother. He's coming, and there's not going to be much you can do. But this isn't the same situation as Morgan Gibbs White, where Tottenham came in and tried to bandoola you. No, we're doing it the right way. We're tapping him up nice and early. We're making it nice and public. You know, he's going to go. He's going to have a great season. Before the World Cup, he's going to come to us. So, Dor, you'll get your money. Don't get me wrong. You'll get your money. But he's coming. There's levels to this, you know, and he's
let me just say something to Dor, just to remind him. Gary Birtles. Yeah.
Neil Webb.
Peter Davenport. Roy Keane. Come over here like Scorpion. Get over here. And finally, it's going to be Elliot Anderson. Get over here. Take that.
Screen's gone weird. What screen's gone weird? Neil Webb. That's the one I was thinking about.
Oh, Neil Webb as well. Get over here.
Poor Rio. This is long before you, Rio boy. You weren't even a thought when we talk about Neil Webb. Don't worry, man. When we're long and gone, you'll be all right, man. There's a few names. Yeah, look. Anyway, look, I'm not even going to try and look at that now. So yeah, we're going to talk about a few things. We'll talk about Casemiro and Anderson. Obviously, that was on the thumbnail. We'll talk about the stadium. It seems to be moving ahead. I've just seen Birmingham Stadium. People moaned about the Man United Stadium.
Mate,
Oh God.
mate.
Have you
honestly,
seen it?
When that's built, obviously it's on my doorstep. I might have to. You never know. I might have to pop in there a few times.
No,
My
listen,
God.
you'll pop in, but it looks like trash. The outside, I have got no ideas what fandangos they're gonna have inside, but the outside of it looks like back in the days, Yabba, when they used to blow up the things that they blow. What do they call them? Those big, tall concrete tower things.
Oh, the chimney things.
The chimney, yeah, the big ones that used to stretch up for like half a mile, and they used to knock them down. It looks like they've got 6 of them around the stadium.
Yeah, you'll have to have a look. Yeah, but 65,000 capacity. They think they're gonna get in there.
Well, Birmingham City.
Yeah. That's going to be the 5th largest stadium in the UK in 5 years. 5 years time.
What, playing in the Championship?
Apparently, they've got ambitions. They think they're going to be in the Premier League soon. If they're going to be building a stadium like that, they might fall flat and do the MK Dons treatment, get a really fancy, spanky stadium, and still be in League One.
Like Huddersfield. Remember Huddersfield got a nice stadium, and same thing after them. Well, good luck to them. Aston Villa clearly the biggest team in Birmingham, but Birmingham have got some history. I mean, yeah, they used to play in the Premier League or the First Division when I was growing up. Yeah, interesting. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I can't multitask.
So, Rio, are they building it on the same? Are they on the same?
I'm not too sure. I'd be very surprised if they are, because the area is pretty trash. I'll be honest with you. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah.
Thanks, Stuart the Reds. Yeah.
If you watched the show yesterday, you didn't watch the show, you catch up on. Charlie was 74. We got that 73.
Yeah.
He went to the game for a few years. He was the famous
flag
seller. Yeah.
He got. I think he was the person who did our flags for the Bromley Reds. So when I go on the coach on Monday, and Vinny, he's a big pal of Charlie. So Vinny would be quite, Vinny of the chat. So
Charlie Barlow, isn't it?
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see the reception on Monday. I'd be surprised if United don't do some kind of gesture on the before kickoff for him. But yeah, definitely RIP.
Right. Obviously, we've been told the news that Casemiro. Obviously, the option was keep him for another year because he has been playing well for an hour of every game, or we let him go and don't extend the contract and don't tie ourselves down to another 300 grand a week player. I'm happy. If they could do the same with Bruno, I would do the same with Bruno just because of the money that they're on. I don't see it's feasible that we can hold on to that kind of fee. I'm happy with how that part of it's moving. Obviously, it's two different stories in one. Casemiro be going and Anderson should be coming in. Cas pay cut or go. All right, Andrew. What sort of figure would be acceptable for him to stay? Yabba as well. Would you like him to stay for another year?
So his contract runs out this year, right?
Yeah, his contract runs, but we've got the option to extend it for another year.
Really, really tough decision to make here. I like to go light for light, two people in both positions. Amarin's made it clear that Bruno and Kobe Mainu are fighting out one position in the midfield. And I think it should be a case that Casemiro and if you want to be the best, Casemiro maybe keep him for another season and make him fight out with Anderson. And I think that's a good way to go because then, you've got two good players in one position, and hopefully we play in Champions League football or European football more games. I would just like to keep Casemiro based on his experience. He does come up with great goals. Must be a good leader around the club as well. I think the players like him. He's got great understanding of the club now. He's been there a few years. I just think extending the contract it doesn't matter to us. Does it really hurt us? If it hampers us getting players because of the wage bill, then we have to put things in consideration. But I do think it's important when you see players like Henderson coming to doing the business in the Premier League this year. And I don't know if anyone watched Rio Ferdinand's interview with Mane. And Mane was raving about Henderson. What a leader he is, what quality he has. And Henderson's come back in the Premier League and is helping Brentford, the team I felt might get relegated this year, still maintain. So I think it's important to have experienced, proper players. And overall, would you say Henderson better than Casemiro? Over his career, Casemiro's won Champions Leagues galore. Henderson's won one and a league title as well. But they're both experienced, wise players that you need to have around the club just for that balance. So based on that alone, I think it's important to keep someone like Casemiro because he's earned the right this season again by turning everything around again and showing everybody just how valuable he can be. And not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. I think he's a great asset to our club. And I would try to extend the contract and not to worry too much about huge wages or whatever. We're a big club. Don't be confounded. We're starting to talk like we're not a big club all suddenly. We see Liverpool, spending all this money. We see Arsenal buying player after player. Zubimendi, Eze, all these players coming in. We need to be stronger and more resilient. And by keeping him, that will make us those two.
Rio?
I've had to do some apologies amongst my my friends and my peers today. Obviously, when Casemiro used to play for Real Madrid, and he obviously was in that, he was part of that trio, that Modric, Toni Kroos, him, and he was elite. At a period of time, he was the greatest DM in world football for a certain period of time. And there was a compilation video of his performance during the international break just gone. And compilation videos, but he was incredible, and he's been incredible for the 2 games during international break. He is quality, and I think over the last 2 years, I think he's been highly disrespected, including by myself, because he has been putting out piss poor performances. So we will call it out, rightfully so, when he's putting out shit on the field. At the same time, has he been supported due to his legs going in certain elements and certain formations and certain systems? Probably not. But when he shows it, he is still one of the best. And in terms of what Yaba says, in terms of the experience quality, he's head and shoulders better than Henderson. If Henderson can do it for Brentford, there's no reason why he can't do it for us. And no, we're not saying he needs to be the starting, centre midfielder. I still expect us to try and get 2 midfielders, but on top of Casemiro. We're not bankers. Yes, I said that with a B. We still don't need to worry about the wage, but if he drops his wage, absolutely, that'd be a brilliant outcome. But he's definitely done a Bruce Jenner and he's turned things around. So I think he's absolutely I think he's been incredible this season, I'll be honest with you. So
are you saying he's gone from an Olympic winning athlete to a bitch?
Sorry, but you understand what
I don't.
Massively. Okay, you don't. But he's been incredible. He's been incredible. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Cas. I'd want him to stay, and I apologize, Casemiro, with all his 100 names, because he's got such a long name. I apologize for being disrespectful to you, kind sir. You've been brilliant this season.
All right.
So have you answered after all that, Rio? Would you keep him?
Yeah, I'd keep him.
Okay, cool.
What money would you keep him on, Rio?
120.
120. All right. I've got a couple of messages here, a couple of starred ones. So let's see what we've got here. Stuart is asking, where do you drink, Rio? He'll buy you a beer before the game.
The Gores, I think, if it's still back open. If not, it'd be the Blaze. The Blaze.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Simon is saying he would sell him to Napoli. We deserve better. I guarantee his form will drop dramatically after the World Cup. Stuart is saying he should stay for one more year. Still a great player. Are you talking about under 300 grand? We deserve better. Time to cut ties. We need to evolve. Yeah, he was just asking. Simon's obviously asking about a pay cut. We have Stuart, who is now a new member. Oi, oi. Thank you very much for joining the madness, sir. Andrew, it's 200 grand a week, Andrew. I still think that's a lot, to be fair. We deserve better. Saying, look, he's really glad he's going. I want him to go.
Yeah.
I want him to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I don't see why he's definitely not worth 300 grand a week. He's definitely not worth 250, especially for another season. I mean, yeah, but I know you talk about having two great players in two positions. Great players should be able to play a full 90 minutes and not have to come off week after game after game after game. If it's two games a week,
gas tank talk.
if it's if it's 2.5 games a week, I want my players to be able to play. I don't want them coming off because you're protecting them from injury or because they're going to be they could be tired. So no, I do want him replaced. He served his time. Thank you very much. He can leave with his head held high. If he had left maybe 2 seasons ago, we would have been thinking, what was the point? I'm not going to say he's earned his money, but he's been pivotal to what Amarin wants to be doing this year. The club have time to work out the parts of his game that they want to utilize, and hopefully they're going to find a player who can replace him on half of his money. So yeah, I want him to go. Thank you for all of your efforts. But yeah, I want him to go. I want him to go. Not in I want him to go as in
Yeah, you're not
I
handing him out.
wanted Scott to go, but you know, I think it's time to leave. I think it's time to leave. Summer's up. Go find pastures, new man. Go World Cup, do your thing, and then play your full games for them, and the half games for us, and move on.
That's fair, and that's fair. I agree with you on that. It's kind of like it's not that I want him to stay. I just wouldn't mind if he stayed, if that makes sense. And if he went, then fair enough. And I think he'll be taking this decision out of our hands, to be honest. I think it might be more on him. I think he might go. And I think if there was ever a time to go...
So you think that he would turn down staying at Man United for another year?
I think so.
Wherever he goes is lower than Man. You know, wherever he goes from now is he's done the Real Madrid. Wherever he goes now is a step down, right? So wherever he goes is going to be for more money, probably. I'm going to assume he's going to go for more money.
I think he'll just move on with his own kind of like... I think now, just, you know, as he said it, if it was 2 years ago, he probably would have been hounded out the door. Feel like this season, he's done a redemption arc, and, you know, leave on good terms, I think. Yeah,
so leave on good terms, right?
Yeah.
I said I think we deserve better. Kind of got it. There's a tournament coming. You know, he'll do his thing. Is he captain of Brazil?
Well, he don't need to worry about that being in the Brazil squad.
That's what I know, and that's what I mean. He's done his thing now is World Cup, in it. His thing now is World Cup. Yeah, I think that if he stayed, we would get the Casemiro of 2 years ago, where he's just turned up. He's going to come back with a big fat belly. You know what I mean? He's going to be able to get around the pitch less. Remember
the whole talk somehow? Oh, he's come back lean. He's come back trim and everything like that, and everyone mocked him. Oh, he's going to still be. It's paid off. It's paid off. Whatever regime he's been on.
It's worked. It has worked, but yeah, it's time. It's time to go.
Can I just clarify something, Mr.? I don't think it's fact, because people are talking like it's fact that he can't do 90 minutes. Rebel started that, and it's like become like the truth.
Rebel's not the one that subs him.
Yeah, but Rebel's been saying it. Oh, he can't do 50 minutes. Now he's saying he can't do 60 minutes. Where and they're saying it's to do with his fitness. He ain't got the legs. Even someone on the show, I think Rio mentioned earlier, he might not have the legs anymore. Whatever. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more.
I did that as quotes though, because
Well, there you go.
I'm with you. Okay. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. Sorry, I misunderstood what you said, but I didn't see the quote quotation. But you're right. People are saying that, aren't they, Ria? They're saying, "Oh, he ain't got the legs anymore, and he can't do that just because he's getting subbed." I think it's more a case of there's five subs you can have in a game these days, and you
Yeah,
need to
but we've only got two central midfielders.
If you want to keep that energy and that tempo, it's good to rotate and
Oh,
bring
Jesus.
people off.
What are you? Sorry.
So I don't think it's a given that he ain't got the legs. I think it's more a case of if you want to maintain that tempo, get Casemiro going for that sort of long. And
then he gets tired.
The only thing I would say, you're not saying he gets tired. The only thing I would say is hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll see that he does play 90 minutes, because when he does get subbed off, we go to shit in that midfield. So hopefully, but I'm definitely on your side on this. We need to see the 90 minutes.
Yeah,
because it's me. Amrin's making us look like fools if he keeps subbing them off. If that makes sense.
But don't you think it's good management to sort of have a side good enough where you can utilize your 5 subs? You don't look at your bench saying, "Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to leave these guys on because these guys on the bench are terrible." You want to have a side where you can look at the bench and say, "Right, I'll bring this guy on, and the energy will maintain. I'm to maintain the energy." This is what good clubs do. When you look at the top clubs who are performing right now, look at Arsenal, for example. The people come off the bench. Martinelli's come off the bench for the Belgium kids or Trossard or something. It's about maintaining
but
that.
It's level, bro. We don't.
It's because we become weaker though when he comes after. That's
Thank
the issue.
you. So
that's the only issue.
You're talking about maintaining levels.
That's the only issue.
Maintaining levels because he's tired. We don't maintain a level with Mbeumo when he's playing. He plays the whole game because he's fit enough to play the whole game, and these levels don't drop. This is my point with Casemiro. For 60 minutes, you see it. You see it. He comes out in the second half for some of the games, and he's not the same guy. But on the hour, he's taking him off. Now, as I said, Rebel's not the one subbing him. He's not on the phone to Amrin saying, "Brother, you have to take him off now. He's done his thing." No, he sees something in the game. And who does he replace him with? The fucking Magagate. You see what I mean? So you talk about you want the levels to. I would rather Casemiro stayed on and got tired rather than bring on Agate, because Agate may well have the energy levels, but he can't play football.
Well, it could be the case of like we have Elliot Anderson, and we play him for the 80 minutes, and then bring on Casemiro just to see the game out. It's just about what I'm saying.
No. Again, we're buying Elliot Anderson, who's played all the minutes for Forest and England, and now you're going to be subbing him on 80 minutes to bring on Casemiro because Casemiro's at the club.
Well, when Mainu, who's supposed to be in direct competition with Bruno, gets games, it's usually for Bruno late on in the game.
Yeah, but you know what? Mainu's being disrespected, bruv. You already know. From when he said he's in competition, we laughed. When he said he was in competition with Bruno, what did we all say? He's not going to play.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I mean, it's the thing. That's another talking point. I mean, we're talking about getting in a player like Elliot Anderson, who's getting regular first-team football. But when Mainu was getting regular first-team football, he was the one starletting for England and being that guy in that position where Elliot Anderson is right now. So, it's funny how things turn around. Then you got someone like Conor Gallagher who wants to get back in the runnings. You've got Mason Mount who's been in and around that, who wants to get back in the running. There's a lot of players, competition for places in England midfield. And I just feel that Elliot Anderson's got the advantage because he's playing for, doors, but he's playing for a team where he's going to get first-team football every week. It's not given necessarily if he goes to a big club. If he went to like a Liverpool or Arsenal, there's not a given he's gonna get first-team football. If he went back to his home club, Elliot Anderson, Newcastle United, there's no, with Tonali there and Bruno and what's his name, Joe Linton, there's no guarantee he's going to get there. That's why he left the club in the first place. He was looking at his options. Don't go somewhere. Last point. That's why Sadio Mane, in his interview with Rio, said when Louis van Gaal said he wants him to come to Man United, he deliberated about it because he said, "Am I going to get into that side with Van Persie, Rooney, and all the other players that were there at the time?" So
I've got a quote lined up for Anderson whenever you want to move on to the Anderson.
So Anderson is worth £100 million and he doesn't walk into anybody's central midfield. That's what you're telling me.
My point is, if you're Elliot Anderson, you're going to go to a side like Man United where you've got more chance of getting first team football. if you sign for someone like Arsenal or Liverpool or whoever the big sides are at the moment,
Arsenal, who are chasing league titles and playing Champions League every
is he
week,
going to get first team football? That's the question. So as
Yeah,
your
I get what
agent
you
will
mean.
say
I get
to
what
you,
you mean
don't
by
go
that.
there, you won't get first team football.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Anderson, if he goes to United, he's the first name on the team sheet as it stands.
Yeah.
So.
and if he goes back to Newcastle, he's not going to be first name on the team sheet for 100 million. He doesn't walk into the Liverpool team.
No, not Liverpool.
Man City.
Wow. Okay, that goes on to the quote. So Craig Hope, Craig Hope, obviously he's like the main correspondent based in Newcastle. He's come out and said this might not be what Newcastle fans want to hear, but my information is that the chances are of a return are fairly low. My instinct is that one of, if not both, the Manchester clubs will make a serious play for him. So, in terms of Elliot Anderson and the Newcastle links and whatnot, I think that's been flushed down the toilet. And obviously, Craig Hope, he's quite like clued in with that talk, and he's under the impression that it would be Man City and Man United that would be heavily going for him. So, in terms of does he go into the Man City team, that's a question.
A question that's answered by yeah. The answer is yeah. He would get into that Man City team because you got Rodri, and then they brought in these replacement guys for him. You got Kovacic, and he's on his way out. They need someone like him, so that I can understand why that would be an option because he might get first team football there.
Andrew, Elliot Anderson is elite at getting the ball back. Can breathe. What's that? Can beat the press and can get into each team. But I said I just don't. Getting him in the team is a no-brainer. I'm just surprised that you lot have said he doesn't walk into every team in the Premier League. He's a full England star, and he doesn't play 80 minutes and get replaced by somebody.
Does he walk into the Newcastle side?
It's a profile. It's a profile issue with Newcastle. The only thing I think he does. I think they'll find a way. I think they do. It's just because they play with Panali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joelinton. So Joelinton would come out of that midfield in some shape or form, and then they'll work it out. Maybe Bruno would end up playing more advanced. I get what you mean though, because their midfield's quite a solid midfield, but they're not doing great themselves at the moment. So, but he would. I think he would in the end. But he's not going to go there.
No, he's going to look at. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he comes to us. Matthew's saying Anderson is better than Joe Linton. Yeah, there you go. I said yes. That's the one the replacement that you were saying there. I understand squad, but I want him to come and just walk straight in. And if Casemiro is not there, then it makes his competition less. I just look at Casemiro's wages. Even if he come and he says, "Oh, no problem, I'll stay. My kids are settled, and I'll play for 150 grand." Okay, maybe I would start thinking like you, Yabba, at 150. But for them 200 and whatever he's on now, and guess what? If we're in Champions League, he gets 25% increase on whatever he's on, so he could be back on 3 bills for the season. You know, that's I think that's too much money.
So we've just clarified, with all this talk about Elliot Anderson, are we talking about a January transfer?
No.
Oh, right.
This will be a summer.
And this is the problem. There's no way we're the only team in for him, and we don't do competition. You know, hope maybe he comes and he says they're doing it now, so he comes and says, like in Bremo and Cunha said, he only wants to come to Man United. In which case, then the club they've done their job through all of this time that we've been talking. Come the summer, if Elliot Anderson comes out and he says he only wants to join Man United, they have to then just deal with us.
That's the situation with Baleba, by the way. So Baleba still, as it stands, only wants to come to Manchester United.
Yeah, but do we want him? That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's somebody
on here said we dodged the bullet.
That's the seeds that we need to kind of build and plant with Anderson, hopefully. But obviously, he's with the World Cup coming and everything like that. It's a weird situation, isn't it, when it comes to summer? Stuart
Marshall saying we dodged a bullet with Baleba. Yabba, Have we dodged a bullet? Would you still take him
Well,
in the summer?
why was everyone talking him up when he was playing good football? It's only once, you know, apparently his form's dropped and he's coming off at half time almost every game. Suddenly people are saying, he's not the player he was. He's not cloned. He hasn't been replaced. It's still the same guy. He can still perform at that level. Just because he's been taken off or he's had his head turned by Man United, maybe you could suggest that he's unprofessional and he needs to maintain those standards. But when you've got that move in your head, maybe you take eye off the ball. And as a manager, you look at someone and say, are you going to give 110% today? Are you going to go for every tackle? Or are you thinking about not getting injured so you can have this dream move? That's the mentality side of things. I've seen enough of him, and everyone on this channel who was endorsing him, and everyone in the comments who were endorsing him. You can't just turn off today, so just because he's not performing as he was before. He can perform to that level. If you can raise the bar, there's no, and then it drops suddenly. There's no reason to say, it's impossible to get back to that level. He can, and if playing for a better club and playing for a more high prestige club with the more incentive of better wages and better players around you, the level changes, then you'll see him perform at that level again. So I'm not writing him off just because he's apparently lost a bit of form.
I rate him.
Andrew's saying Baleba may be good, but always rated Anderson over him and Wharton. He was never on the Baleba bus. Stuart said Stuart's an idiot. Maradona's better than McTominay. Why is people calling for Scotty Mac? Come on now.
You see the overhead kick? Do you see the Ballon d'Or nominations? Do you see him Player of the Year at Napoli?
He fell over. I thought he slipped.
He's been double figures for us when he was playing for us, but no, everyone had to ignore him. He's not good enough.
I thought he slipped. Look, Yabba. Okay, look, no, I'm not gonna.
No, I'm sorry. Don't get your buttons pressed. Come on,
I don't. It's mad. As soon as I hear the name, my head just goes. I can feel my head going. Yeah, it's.
So I have to say, Rio at the start of the show, he said, "I'm humble enough to take it back. I said Casemiro was written off, and I take that back." When will you take back the talk on McTominay? Does he have to score overhead kicks in the World Cup as well?
No, he just needs to be able to pass 20 yards for 90 minutes and not waste a pass. Listen.
By the way, just
maybe
Scotland are through. They're qualified.
Maybe his player profile was wrong. Maybe they should have been playing him as the other striker, which is fine because strikers don't have to pass. But I want my midfielders to be able to control a football, and he couldn't do it. So it is what it is. It's just it is what it is. It is what it is. I will never be a convert. Never, ever, ever. Just like Fred, God bless Solo and his Fredisms. Just like I will never be converted. So no. Yeah, that's the one. You know what? This is the quote. Stephanie Griffiths. McTominay is a luxury forward. You hear that? Yeah? Luxury forward. Where were we playing him? Okay.
The man scored a lot of goals for us.
It will never be.
That's all I can say. Congratulations, McTominay. I hear Everton want to sign him and build a team around him. I mean, come on, this guy is the hot stuff, right? He's a hot topic right now, and he used to be our player.
Stuart's asking me, McTominay. Can I what's that amendment that they say when they don't answer?
Fifth amendment, the fifth.
That's the one. Yeah, I take the fifth. I'm gonna plead the fifth, mate. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. Stadium news, Rio.
So I haven't obviously deeped it too much because weirdly. So the news came out this morning about. Obviously, there's been kind of more approval for the plans of Manchester United Stadium to be built and whatnot. There wasn't really anyone kind of talking about it much. It popped up on Man United's socials, and then after that, it moved on to Semenyo talk and Baleba talk and back to transfer talk. So I think similar to what happened before, all this big song of praise, hurrah, when the initial announcement came out about the stadium. and it has gone under the radar since it initially came back out. So it's kind of good that the stadium talk has popped its head once again. Gents, with you two, like in terms of the stadium, Old Trafford, so it is going to be gone. It will be knocked down. What were your thoughts? Like, are you concerned, or do you agree with me? Because with me, I'm not. I was so close to say I'm glad it's being knocked down. No, 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 no. But I'm okay with change. Is how I would put it.
With me, I've been to Old Trafford in my life. I've probably been to Old Trafford maybe 20 times
Okay.
in my whole life.
Well, see what you did there. 20 times, 20 times, Man United. 20 times, 20 times.
So maybe I'm gonna go 21. Maybe that's what I should have said. Go 21. But yeah. So I still have that excitement when I go in it. That everybody says, oh, it's a dump. I don't see it as a dump.
No.
Like I don't see it as a dump. I just, all right, I'm cold. Yeah, I'm Manchester's bloody cold. And the last time I went, there was no Wi-Fi. I know that's changed. That's not the only improvement that needs to be done. But I found the only thing that I did was go and eat. I don't drink beer. Well, I'm not going to go out and pay money for beer. So I only went to the Kentucky. So it would have been nice to have been able to maybe have gone there a little bit earlier and done something else before the game.
Yeah.
Or just so I understand why they want to change, but I'm not a regular. I'm not like you, Rio, like Stuart. I'm not that guy that goes every week. I'm buzzing. If I get a ticket to go on, I'm buzzing. I'm going. So it's more for you guys who have been there, maybe not you, Rio, because you're a little bit younger. I'm going to talk about maybe the Fergie generation that were there and they've seen all of it. I think maybe it's an older thing where they don't want the change. I might be wrong.
No,
I might be wrong, but that's how I kind of see it.
I think, and that's fair. I think with me, and I like my fancy new toys. I like my new phone. I like to upgrade my laptop wherever possible, and that's kind of the same kind of situation when it comes to the stadium. Like, yeah, when I went there and when I go there, and the same again when I go on Monday, I will feel that aura. I will feel that, oh my God, and I feel that. But then when I've been to the Emirates, for example, and that's kind of like a modern stadium, and I go there and then I go back to Old Trafford, and I'm like, we don't even have screens at Old Trafford, if that makes sense. We've got those LED boards that show us if VAR's coming on. So there's not even a screen. So when VAR's happening, you've got nothing. There's no replays to look at. Even Villa Park's got replays on screen, so you don't get that at Old Trafford. So that's something that needs to be looked into. What about you, Yaba? Stadium thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I like to hear your perspective because you actually go, and people like Stuart and Vincent and guys who go, they've got more insight than me. I don't really go that often. I'm not, I like to watch football from the safety of my home because we were talking about this day at work, actually talking about crowds. When you get people in crowds, it's very dangerous, and singing the songs you were singing with that sort of energy. It's I always feel like nervous around crowds of people like that because it's things can turn, just like that. But anyway, talking about the stadium, I've been to Old Trafford a few times, not as many as 20 times. But I will say this. Look where Rashford's playing right now. The best stadium I've ever been to is Nou Camp. This is like about 15 years ago. And it was amazing. The experience was like, wow. Now, granted, it needs a change. It needs a refurb. And they're doing that right now. One of the biggest clubs in the world and one of the best stadiums in the world. Nou Camp's getting a refurb. They're playing elsewhere. Then you look at Juve. They used to play in that stadium. They've got a new stadium. Juve, big old lady of Italy. Look at Bayern Munich. They used to play at the Olympic Stadium, didn't they? With the big track around the side and everything else. They've gone to a lovely new stadium. These are Bayern Munich I'm talking about. Juve, I'm talking about Barcelona. Big clubs that are doing the same as Man United. Just that we're late to the party. And being late is a good thing as well because we might have the best technology We might look at all the other stadiums and say, all right, we take a bit of that, a bit of that, and make it the best stadium of all. You know, so we are a big club. We are in that same bubble of these clubs I'm talking about, the Juves, the Barcelonas, the Bayern Munichs. They've all got new stadiums, all right, and it's all required and it's all needed, and we're just doing the same. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just want to hope that when we go there, it feels good, and the fans feel good, and our fans can afford it. The real, genuine fans can afford it, and it becomes a great experience. It's the whole thing. You go to football matches, and it's experience. When Rio walks out and sees the pitch, he must still get that buzz. I'm asking you, Rio, do you still get that buzz when you walk out and suddenly you see this big, great green pitch? Does that still buzz you up?
Yeah. Again, it's when you know, it's a bit embarrassing. I will say this. Sometimes I get my camera out and I take a little video of me walking up to the steps to see and it's like, oh. So I do have those clips on my phone. Definitely, 100% do, and I do get that aura. I do get that every single time. And I don't go as often as maybe Stuart maybe does go. I go maybe 10 times a season. And you know, the last time I went was Arsenal. So I'll be going on Monday. It will be cold, as Mr. B said. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be absolutely freezing on a Monday late. But I'm all for it. I'm all there for it. I'm absolutely all there for it. With the new stadium, though, the only thing I will say is, with all these thoughts and people saying, "Oh, I don't want to move this, that, and the other," if we're winning in that new stadium, no one will care. Yeah. No one will care. I'm telling you now.
Sometimes change is good, sometimes change isn't good. We can only time's gonna tell. But as I said, things seem to be moving.
Ask Bruce Jenner if change is good.
Lord, leave her alone. Leave him alone.
Caitlin, sorry. Sorry.
Leave Bruce alone. Yeah.
Caitlin.
Yeah. Is there anything else we're gonna talk about before we decide that we're gonna leave?
No, I think we've all touched up on all the good news. The good news, obviously, tomorrow, I believe, be press conference day. I don't know if Amram's will be tomorrow. It might be on Saturday. With us playing on Monday.
Would they do that though? Would they really bloody give us something to talk about? Good grief, our game's on Monday, man. Give us the press conference part of it and release the other bit on. You know what I mean?
It might be the case. To be fair, we'll have to see. But I'm not sure. There'll be something. You know, the players will be training tomorrow. That's for certain. So we'll be able to see what players are back from fitness. Licha, obviously, he was training with Argentina. I think he's come back in all in one piece.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that'll be interesting to see how he gets on. We'll have to see if Luke Shaw's available. See if he's been caught on TikTok videos or anything like that.
Yeah, singing about what's that? Benefits. Big twat. Yeah. Anyway, Yaba, anything you want to talk about before we depart?
I was going to tell a joke, but I'll save it for next time. But yeah, it's been a good show. I hope you like my new background, guys. Paul McGrath, Andy Gray, Brian Robson, 1985 FA Cup final. A really memorable night for me, or day for me. I could, from my back garden, I could hear the goals going in, and that's when Norman Whiteside. If you watch the title for our show, you'll see many goals. You see George Best, and you also see Wayne Rooney. You'll see Andy Cole, and you also see this goal here from Norman Whiteside, who won us with 10 men, the FA Cup in 1985. One of the best moments of my life as a Man United supporter. I'll never forget that day. What memories! What great time to be alive, and what great players as well. I just loved this moment, and that's why I got it there. I might just keep it. And big up to everyone in the chat. Stuart was on the show yesterday. Great show with Stuart. Love you, Stuart. Stuart's offering us tickets and all kinds of things now, and calling us gods and worshipping us. I like it. I like it a lot. Don't stop, Stuart. The only thing I ask is, if we are gods, can we call Rio our son like Jesus?
Call me a goat. A goat. I'll be happy with goat.
We're gods and you're a goat, bear. All right, fair enough. Stuart, before we go, Stuart's bigging up all the Georgie Best, everyone. Thank you very much, man. There you go, Simon. Rio always brightens up the stream even more alongside our Fab 2. Stephanie, the match preview we decided that I didn't know. I actually thought it was tonight. I'll be honest. It's going to be on Sunday. I'm not sure why it's going to be on Sunday, but we're going to have our match preview on Sunday.
Or maybe Saturday. It'll be on the weekend. It'll be on the weekend.
Well, if it's Saturday, I won't be on it. I'll just let you know now, Steph. So don't watch it. Yeah, don't watch it.
Okay, Sunday. If you can be on it, Mr. B on Sunday, then Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do Sunday. Right,
Sunday,
that's it. We
Sunday.
set it up. Preview Sunday.
Sunday
I'll be
is
back
not
tomorrow with Mavis and
Tony?
the mob. Yeah, Mavis and the mob. Tony Derm should be on tomorrow. I might give him 5 minutes, not even each. The other day, Tony was on, man. I had to tell him about his Ross. He was talking about Arsenal like it was an Arsenal show, and I gave him a little bit, boom, and I cut it off. So
they've got their derby, though. They've got their derby.
yeah,
so.
they'll get 2 minutes each, or he can go on his channel and do it. At the end of the day, this is still. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Steph. Love you, my darling. Thank you very much.
I take it you don't want to hear my joke then.
No.
You said you're gonna save it. You can't say you're gonna save it. And
Well, I'm not going to be on
again if you
tomorrow.
wanna
I
hear it.
realize I'm not on tomorrow.
Yeah, well, fine.
Monday,
Save it for when.
Monday.
Save it for. Yeah, but your jokes are shit.
Guys
Save
in the comments, do you want to hear my joke or what? Do you want to end on a good note?
Okay,
Do you want to hear my joke? Guys in the comments?
No, they've
I
all
can hear the
gone.
tumbleweed. I
They've
can
gone
hear the
quiet.
tumbleweed.
They've all gone. Right, nobody wants to hear a joke. Guys, with that, just in case somebody does ruin it and say yes, guys, we are out. We will be back tomorrow.
I say yes, look.
No,
No, thank
No.
you. I see no.
Andrew Winners
Thank
said
you.
no.
Thank you, and that's why I love Andrew, man. Always straight to the point. No, look, another no. Thank you, guys. We know Yabba's level of bollockness. So, guys, look, we are out. We will be back tomorrow, Saturday, maybe, definitely Sunday, and 100%.